I'll take you downtown Palm Springs. Not a lot of wind. We are seeing stronger wind gusts out at the airport. The winds really are moving in now, and that front is drawing a little bit closer. So the winds are going to pick up between now and the next hour or two, and that's when we're going to see those winds really start to amp up. And that's why we're under this first alert weather alert for today. The system that's dropping in, it's fairly dry. There's precipitation up to our north. There's some snow in the higher elevations, northern Nevada, up towards Salt Lake City, and then on into Montana. So this is the area where you'd see a little bit of precip, not for us, although there's some spotty showers in the Sierra. I just don't see a lot of precip out of this. We see much colder conditions and strong gusty winds for two reasons. One, the temperature differential between the cold air moving in and the warm air that's in place. And that makes a big difference. And so that creates conflict within the atmosphere. That creates the strong gusty winds. Plus, it is moving very quickly. So that enhances wind speeds. We're seeing that front drop slowly toward us. Winds have really increased to our north. And we're going to see that really in the next hour or so. I think you're going to see the winds really ramp up. Here's the high wind warnings. The area shaded in orange. This is going to be in place all the way until 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But this system moves out pretty quickly, and we've got a wind advisory for the Coachella Valley that will go into effect right at the conclusion of our broadcast, also lasting until 3 o'clock in the morning. Because the system is moving fairly quickly, it will create fairly intense winds, gusts to 35 or 40 miles per hour here on the valley floor. Under the warning area, we could see gusts to 65 or even 70 miles per hour. So very powerful winds through our local mountains. It can be destructive. It can knock things down. It's going to pick up sand and dust, creating visibility issues. So far, the biggest gust we've seen up around Big Bear, 31 mile per hour winds there. Not terribly gusty in Palm Springs, 29 Palm seeing some wind, thermal picking up some gust now. And again, this is going to continue to increase as we move through the pass. You've got winds up around 20 miles per hour now. So we're starting to see these winds increase. La Quinta winds at 15 miles per hour. Cathedral City, similar numbers. Mecca winds up close to 20. Temperature-wise, we've got a very comfortable day, but with the cooler winds moving in, that brings cool air into the valley. We're in the low 80s, upper 70s. We're going to stay pretty close to these numbers, maybe a couple, 3 degrees more of warming, but not much. And tomorrow, sharply cooler. So as we watch these winds roll in tonight, 7 o'clock, you're going to be seeing winds up close to 30 miles per hour on the valley floor and stronger up to our north. We're going to continue to monitor them. They start to back off, and then as we move past the end of the advisory at 3 o'clock, those winds settle down pretty nicely because that front moves out fairly quickly. It will be breezy tomorrow morning, but not nearly as windy. And then for the rest of the week, calmer conditions. I am concerned about how the winds are going to impact play at the BNP Paribas. For this afternoon, it could get very gusty, but temperatures very comfortable. We should be in the mid 80s, low to mid 80s. But tomorrow, we're going to be down in the 70s, 74 tomorrow, maybe 75, 77 on Wednesday, and then back into the 80s as we wrap up the week. We're going to be in the mid to upper 80s for the weekend. A very good looking forecast after we get rid of this wind, but it's going to be cool in the overnights down in the 50s, so bear that in mind, and some 40s at the east end of the valley. We'll be back with more right here on News Channel 3, the Desert's news leader.